Welcome back to Eco. Today it's time to get with a couple of skill points. You can see at the bottom left of the screen. We've got those between the episodes, mainly by doing lots of stuff and then sleeping a little bit. So today we need to be getting into farming and we need to be getting into glass making, I think. Let me just start this butcher table off. You can see I've already done the ceiling in here. We've got lumber there, and that's what lumber looks like on the walls, and it was what it looked like everywhere else. On the floors, I've got brick going down, and again, this room you can see at the bottom right of the screen is 1.27. Nowhere near enough for the next tier of stuff yet, but you know it's getting there. It's sort of the highest amount of skill points in the house, or rather, it's the biggest drop due to the soft cap. Put it that way. So we want more skill points, well, more credits, if you like, for that. So what I want to do here is, first of all, I want to dump in some of these things. Okay, huckleberry seeds are the bane of my existence. Between the episodes, I spent, well, let's just say, let me just show you the world. In the map, this world is only about 700 meters in circumference. So if I head left, the furthest I can go from home is about 350 meters. I think you can make larger worlds if you want to, but if you have a look here on the plants, huckleberries, scroll. Be nice if it was like a such thing. Huckleberries went too far. Huckleberry population. That spot. And if we go the other way, it doesn't really matter which way we go. There's one hot spot right there. And then you're back on yourself. So if you go across to here, you will eventually go all the way around, which is what I did. And I got 4 huckleberry seeds total, including what I already had at the base. So you need 5 for the farming. So I had to sleep through to be able to get the 5th one. I had to wait for the huckleberries to actually basically refresh. They don't actually get dug up or anything, but do remember here, don't just click order. Do keep on increasing it until you actually get the maximum for one carcass, which is 25. But it's something like 40 or 50 for a bison. So it's nice to have those going. There, yes, that's all good. That's providing me with some food. Speaking of food, let me just dump this in my back. And let's take a look here. We probably want... let's go for the vegetables. I made vegetable soup. That's made at our cast iron stove. Let me just show you that for a second. And in fact, let me just start this farming skill book off first, because it needs a few things. Farming is crimini mushrooms, or crimini mushrooms. I can't remember how you pronounce it. So it's basically white mushrooms, typical kind of ones of those. 5 corn seeds, 5 huckleberry seeds, order. That will get that going. We're also going to need 30 sand and 30 mortar stone for the glassworking skill book, but we'll get to that in a minute. So on the food side, I went to here and we got mushrooms among other things. Let's take a look here. Go all the way down to the bottom, you find vegetable soup, which is made from vegetable stock and medley. And the stock is made from 2 medley. So it's basically 3 medley converted into 1 soup. And there's a couple of choices for medley. One is including beans. The other one is not. It's including camas bulbs and corn, of which I had more of. So I made those. That in turn let me make vegetable soup. So let's just grab that. Let's just see my total sort of skill points, if you like, or my total amount of experience rate, whatever you want to think of it as, is, well, I've gone down a little bit, 426.3. And let's just fill up on meat, 432.5. And how many calories do I have spare in my stomach? I have 1,000. This is 900. I can fill up. There we go. Full at 296.7 and 438.6. Good. So that'll do for now. I do actually need to get more food started, but that brings us on to the topic of farming, because the farming skill book should basically let us get that. However, while that's actually going, we also want the glassworking skill book, and I think I already have over here lots of sand. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I already have the sand that I need. I can just move a wood cart around. A wood cart is basically a mobile stockpile at this point. So we can just go and grab that. Let's grab you. I look forward to getting the motorized versions, so I don't have to walk with this thing. I can just steer and it will just basically go it's all by itself. So let's just get that. That's just some stone roads. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Now I also need the mortared stone. Do I have a mortared stone? I have 15 there. Do I have more? Looks like I don't. What does it take to build mortared stone again? Mortared stone is just regular stone, so I need to just process a bunch of it, and otherwise that's fine. So I think, do I not have a huge amount? No, I don't. Looks like, do I have an amount I can process? Granite, I would mainly want to reserve granite for sand more than anything else. So what I'm going to just do then is, yeah, I'm just going to use my usual stone project down here, not the actual iron ore mine, but in here I keep on basically heading downwards and getting more and more stone. So I will continue to do that while the farming skill book comes up, and then I'll also get the mortared stone for the other one, glassmaking. Yeah, and we can basically then process sand into glass. And because that is relatively easy to do, thank you very much for commenting who said glass is probably the easiest because it's just sand basically. We want probably as much of our side walls in glass as possible, which will make for really good views, and while also making things tier 2. All right, I'm off to dig. See you in a minute. And all the mortared stone is done, so we'll just retract this around and just take it somewhere nearby to the research table. I can move the research table as well, but this is just as easy to sort stuff out with. Let's head back here, leaving it around there somewhere should be fine for the range. And we can pop in and add that to the queue. So let's just see if we can see this cart. Yes, we can. Good. So crafting, glassworking, order. And of course, the lack of activity when I got near it means it's probably already done with that's not cloth. Sometimes the tooltips in this game are a problem. Farming skill book, there we go. And we can unlock that. Good. Extra 5 land claim papers, which I'm just going to store in the original campsite. Not sure whether we actually need to remove this or not, but it's certainly not needed anymore. And where is my backpack? Land claim papers. There we go. 28 of them. Okay, so that's that. That means we can go into Z and take a look. In Chef, by the way, I went into cooking already and chose the speed of single tables for that talent. And of course, we are going to move our way up here quite quickly, I imagine, because obviously we need food constantly. Now, moving along, we need to look into farmer specialty farming. Okay, and down here, first of all, let's see what we get. So using the hoe, calorie consumption dropped. That's good. Speed of craft time of seeds. Seeds are going to be quite important, obviously, as you might imagine, for farming. More importantly, the suckleberry seeds shouldn't be a problem anymore because I should be able to create a farming station which will let me make the seeds. So I don't need to go and gather stuff aside from wherever I want them to be once I get farms going. And then efficiency is just decreasing the cost of making seeds. Fine. Okay, so let's just do that. Come on. There we go. Okay, do I get anything for that other than be able to... farming specialist. Okay, I need to make the farming station. And where are you? I think it's in the boring old workbench. Is it? Farming station? Farming. Farmer's table. There it is. We need 15 logs and we need 10 dirt, and that should be fine. Do I have space here for 10 dirt? Let's just move that clay out. Yeah, I should have space there. Well, there happens to be dirt nearby. Bear with me a minute. And that's everything we need. I've got 12 dirt, but we only need 10. I'm going to order 1 farmer's table. There it is. Must be together with the room. We need 25 cubic meters free volume. And almost no tier is actually required for this kind of thing. So yeah, where we put that is something else. Let's just see how much space we've got available in the house. Status. Well, no, I need an actual station for that. Status. I could put it in the kitchen. It's got 65 cubic meters left, and I've got a space right here. So that might be a decent place to put it. Alternatively, we have the general room. Let's just take a look here. And we have 0.92, and again, we have 65 cubic meters. So this is a little bit more problematic. I have to put it right here or something near the corner. But yeah, we've got space for it on the ground floor, which is good because we're now going to need to go and create some stuff. And one quick thing, not sure if I actually mentioned it last episode, but I did go ahead and upgrade using some lumber, the bed. So this is no longer a straw bed, it is a wooden bed, effectively wooden fabric bed. And it's pretty useful, obviously, but also gets me those additional points. I think we ended up last episode probably 120 points or so for the house. Now we're up to 141.9. That continues to go up as we actually get other bits and pieces. One other thing, thanks very much to a commenter who also said you will only get credit for using things like the stone brazier when it's on. There we go. 6 extra points for burning fuel. However, one log does take an hour and 6 minutes to actually burn down. So maybe you want to make stone braziers and light up your house if you're willing to burn the logs. Yeah, not sure. Oh, wait. Workbench. Finished crafting a farmer's table project. Good. We get 5 farming experience. That takes us to level 2 farming with 1 craft. Should I just make more farmers tables? It seems like a cheap way out of that. But we probably shouldn't. Yeah, let's just see where this is storing things. By default, storage, it's going to be storing in here somewhere. There's my farmer's table. Yeah. Oh, no, that's tooltip of clay. No. How about putting it here? Let's see whether this actually will be accepted. Will it skew my points? Nope, it's perfectly fine. And it has everything it needs. Only needs 0.2. Let's see what we can actually craft here. So all the seeds in the world. Okay. And a soil sampler requires fertilizer. Oh dear. I would like to make this, but I can't. What does fertilizer skill book take? Fertilizer just takes soil. And yeah, not much else. I'm going to make the skill book. I'm going to actually go and do that. I'm going to dig up some more soil, put it in my wood cart, and get that skill book queued up. Even though I don't have the skill point. Wait a second. Wait a second. Do I? Oh, I didn't take glassmaking yet. That's why. Ooh, well, glassworking even. That's a difficult choice. I want the soil sampler. Yeah. So farming is good in one respect, but in order to be able to see, oh dear, in order to be able to see what you're actually doing, let me just back this up. Yeah, you need to be able to see what the soil's like to be able to decide where to plant. Now you can just go into the map, go into plant, and let's just take those huckleberries again because hey, why not? If you wanted to have a good yield potential for huckleberries, you could just put them anywhere in these spots. You can see this and have a look where the population is. That's in those spots. So if you want to make a farm, you can just put them down here. However, for example, let's take a look at beets. What we can't really tell is just how good the soil is. We can just get this sort of broad overview. You can see here beets are perfectly fine right near my actual house. So that's going to be good for that. What we're actually going to need for vegetable soup, let's just go and take a look at that actually, because that's, let's take a look. Vegetable soup, we need this vegetable stock, so medley, and medley is going to be, so camas bulbs and corn. Okay, so let's take a look at where we have those available. So camas bulbs, or camas yield potential. Okay, so right about here is sort of nice, and all over here. Well, unfortunately, over here it's quite hilly and sort of annoying to get to. You can see where my road is. It runs all the way over here. It would be nice to have somewhere right next to the road, to be perfectly honest, but hey, it's not much of an effort to get that road extended over this way to here. I guess the road will cover the entire planet at some point, but right here it's pretty hilly and a little bit harder to actually deal with. So I'd rather, oh, it's going to be pretty much the same there. I guess we could go to the edge of the forest. Difficult choice. So what about camas bulb? What about corn? Corn, yield potential, anywhere. Okay, so that's fine. We can just put it all over here, and I think that's where the corn is anyway. Or at least, yeah, I've got one spot, a couple of spots there, so there's no problem making more corn. So yes, you can just choose the yield potential, but without the soil sample, you can't really choose an exact spot anywhere you like that will just be quite perfect. Commenter did say if you don't have sort of advanced farming, you can put them down, but you may want to leave 2 or 3 spaces in between plants, otherwise you will cause them to be, what's the right word? Die. Wither. Yeah, they'll just die, basically, and you'll get that fairly often. So what we're going to need to have as well is probably the Wainwright table at some point. We're able to make a hand plow. We're going to need 8 iron bars for that, so I'll go and get that sorted in the background, and that will let us basically till the fields, presumably much like a wood cart, except with a, you know, plow. And what's the name of the plow? Blade. Blade. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, that's again a hand plow for now. Presumably we'll get a mechanized one later. But for now, I'm off to go and dig up more dirt and get more skill books on the go. I should be cheese the farming XP. I mean, I've got 100 huckleberry seeds here, and well, I'm not sure how much XP we're going to get from them, but it's only going to take 90 of the ones that I have. Let me just actually increase that until it's at 100, so it should actually take the ones from my inventory first, I think. And we'll see if that produces 56 huckleberry seeds. Fair enough, let's get that started. Yeah, it did take the ones from my inventory. I'm just going to actually make sure it takes them all. There we go. And hopefully we're going to get some experience out of that one. You can see lots of other things that we're going to want. In particular, I'm going to want this corn seed as well. Corn, although corn, you'd expect not to have to convert it into seed, just replant it maybe? Anyway, we get 1 corn seed per corn, so I should have plenty of corn hanging around somewhere. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go and plant them. Okay, our glassworking, or whatever you want to call it, skill book should now be done. Let me just go and grab that, and then we can convert that in, and then we are able to get 5 more land claim papers. But more importantly, we can get glassworking going. So that is going to be in Mason? Yes, Mason, glassworking. We're going to take that just instead of fertilizers, because we can plant these plants down in the yield population for the moment, and later on we'll get the soil sampler. So for the time being, this basically means now I should be able to make glass. So if we pop upstairs, head to our kiln. I've got a kiln over at the clay side as well to make the bricks, but it's basically just like it's just stone to make this thing, so it's not really worthwhile you know, keeping just one. And we want to just basically consume stockpile and this stockpile, and we'll just start basically consuming all the sand. Yeah, all 3 of it. 1 minute, 2 minutes per one, that's fine. As you can see down here, you can see this is a farming XP. This has already gone from level 2. It's now, you see that's just done 1 seed. So it's about 10 seeds per level at level 2. So I've cancelled that project, I've refunded it, and then restarted it as just making 10 seeds. And then we'll see how fast it makes things once that's done. So that's now making glass, which means I can probably just grind the granite in here. Granite to sand. Mortar, this is just the, yeah, that's just for the wood pulp mortar. So everything else is fine. We can just do a 999. And that's going to start grinding granite into sand. Sand is going to get picked up automatically upstairs. And we should be good to just start getting glass, I think. All right, off to make more seeds, I think. And we're now at level 3 in farming, so I would imagine we're getting talent point. Please. Talent points, yes, as well as all the usual efficiency. Is this speed? Speed. I don't really need speed for farming's table, but okay, I'll take it anyway. I would prefer, you know, all kinds of bonuses like yield or something else. So let's get 10 corn seed on the go. That's like 12 seconds each. Good. And then we'll just stack more. Let's say, just say 20 batches. Is that going to be... Yeah, 20 batches. That's going to take 4 minutes. So this is now going to be quite fast. And you can see that still, even with like 30 seeds, that's probably going to take us to level 4 just fine, all by itself. So this is right in the center of where the corn yield potential is, right near my house and my little, you know, outhouse kitchen there. So I'm not going to use corn. We're going to be using corn seed, which is being produced. So we are going to want to basically deal with the ground. and plant the seed. Simple as that, really. It tells us to get started. And later on, we'll need to basically use a soil sampler. I do also need to go and make a the hand plow, but for the moment, I am going to just do things manually with the wooden hoe. It's perfectly fine, he says. It not being perfectly fine, but just leaving it out on a grid pattern of, 3 between plants, and then we'll see how they actually get on in this yield potential. And we've got a few pieces of glass done now. We've got 4 to be exact. We're going to go and grab those, but I can't actually grab them yet. I need to actually stop this room. I'm going to remove these windows because this is, I've just cleared outside, as you can see. I want to see what the new glass version, these are just hewn logs, look like compared to just the hewn log windows. Hopefully they're going to be good because I'm going to end up replacing everything with them. And you can see we could only actually make them into windows. No glass blocks, sadly. Okay, so glass windows are completely see-through with no frames. Interesting. And this room counts even with that. So that actually might be nice. We definitely might want to keep some corners to make sure this doesn't look like it's just a greenhouse with no visible means of support. There is a framed glass block, but that needs steel to actually make, which we're nowhere near making yet. So yeah, I will now get nicer views throughout the entire house. I may well have to take down at least some of the dirt behind that wall. So it's feeling so much like a basement, but otherwise, yeah, looking pretty good. And tier is up to 1.29, which means our soft cap has been brought down. We've got 2 more we can squeeze out of that once the soft cap goes, but otherwise fine. I've gone and planted all the seeds that we've been talking about in the various areas we talked about them for. There we go. And that we'll see probably next episode how well they actually did before we get to fertilizers. It's a good point to end the episode on. I think we've got farming up and running. I need to get that plow, but that's just going to need some more iron. And to be honest, the plow I think we need the fertilizers for anyway, because when you make a plow, you're going to want to have a long row of plants usually, and you want those to be in places where they're not going to accidentally die. You want all of your actual farms to be quite good. So yeah, we'll see how they go. So the corner of right over there, you can probably see that ridge line, and the huckleberries and the camas bulbs are all over there. So yeah, we'll see how they go. If you like the episode, give it a thumbs up. Tomorrow we're back to Satisfactory as you might expect. Sorry, not tomorrow, day after. Back to Satisfactory as you expect. And then we'll be, if you haven't already seen the channel, I did start a new game for the channel. Excuse me, I had to cough. A new game for the channel. Well, sort of new game. There wasn't much content in it when I first started it, back when it first came into early access, but now there is quite a lot. So Subnautica Below Zero. Very happy with that game so far. Very comforting, very nice to explore things, and occasionally terrifying with the sharks underneath the water. But otherwise, we're fine. Is there any other sort of iron stuff I can make here before I close out? More of the braziers. Well, we don't need those braziers, but I guess we might get skill value 2. We might get the equivalent of the stone braziers, but I'm not going to worry about those. Some wall candles might be quite useful, but again, they all consume iron from this block, so I'm only concerned here with things I don't have yet. For example, an iron hoe takes 6 iron ingots. I've just left a wood hoe alone. Most of the tools, by the way, I'm actually using the iron version just because it takes less blows to get through rock and stuff like that. Someone did say, just go with stone tools, nothing else, because they're easy to repair. Yes, they are, but I want to sort of show some kind of tech progression rather than just completely brute forcing it. Some of the things are not relevant to single players, like treasuries, mints, and everything else to make money, but banks, etc. But if you are playing with other players, they will become more important. Otherwise, I probably will actually make the interior decoration that we can hang from the ceilings more than anything else. Although, yeah, they do take tallow, but we should be getting that just as a matter of course from everything. So less concerned. And nothing in here I want at the moment. Nope. Okay, we'll end the episode there, and I'll see you next time for some more of this eco. Thanks for watching.